Today we're talking about what it's like to own a home in the Tampa area. Here's a homeowner's guide to Tampa, Florida. Hi there, I'm Lisa Carroll. I'm a local realtor here in the Tampa Bay area with Team TLC, Mahara and Associates. Thanks for watching today. Today we're talking about some questions that we're asked all the time by people that are new to the area and they're wondering what it's like to maintain a home here in the Tampa, Florida area. So we're going to talk about some of the different things that you have to do to keep your home in tip-top shape. One thing you have to do is change your air conditioning filter. We run our air conditioners here all the time, and you need to change your air filter every 3 months to keep your system functioning and clean. And that's a great way to keep it in good condition. And a good way to keep track of this is just put a date on the filter or set a reminder in your phone. We also like to put vinegar into the air conditioning system once a month. There's a little place to put it in and it helps keep the system clean and from clogging up, which happens almost every year. And you can always just suck it out with the vacuum cleaner outside, but putting the vinegar in actually helps stop that from happening. So pest control is a big thing that's needed here inside the house and outside. We do have a lot of bugs because we are in a very warm climate and we don't freeze that often. So maintaining constant pest control will be your best bet in our area. I do an annual service on my house, and if I see one bug, I call them, they come back and they fix it. So they spray the whole exterior and interior of my home. Some of the newer homes come with in-wall pest defense, where they put the pest defense stuff right into outlets basically in the wall, and it keeps the house free of bugs. In the yard, you need to do the same thing to keep your grass looking good because we do have a lot of bugs that want to eat up our grass. So maintaining your yard with a yard chemical service is very important in our area. It's something you can do on your own, but it takes a little bit of learning to get the idea of how to do it right and what you have to do at the right time. So some people find that they waste more money damaging the lawn and wasting chemicals than they would if they just paid a service. The service can be as low as $40 a month over the year. So hurricanes and flood zones are often questions that we're asked about. How many hurricanes do we get? What's it like? Is it scary? Am I in a flood zone? Will my property flood? Etc. So different areas of town, of course, are in a flood zone and some are not. You would know that based on whether, first of all, probably whether you have to pay flood insurance on your mortgage or not. And of course, the coastal areas are more likely to flood more than the inland areas. So anything that's near a canal or the coastline is more likely to flood and be hurt more so by a hurricane than people inland. They're also more in the evacuation zones the closer to the coast that you are. You might be forced for a mandatory evacuation in certain types of hurricanes if it's going to be a direct hit or close to a direct hit, because we could see a surge in the ocean and the Gulf, which would raise the waters and cause flooding. And there's also more chance of wind damage in those areas just because of the exposure being directly or close to on the Gulf of Mexico in our area. So the things that we do to prepare for a hurricane in our area is, first of all, we always stock up on water, bottled water. A lot of people have generators, and we stock up on first aid kits, canned goods, non-perishable foods. Make sure you have flashlights and batteries, candles and lighters. You also sometimes will see people getting sandbags and putting them on the perimeter of their home if they know they're likely to have higher water levels. It will help keep water from intruding into the home at that time. Now, I've lived here since 1985. I've been through a lot of hurricanes, and at first they were pretty scary, and I'm not saying they're not scary, but you kind of get used to the fact that you know whether you need to evacuate or not. You prepare your home, put up your hurricane shutters on the windows if you have them. If you don't, people put boards up to protect the home. If you have to leave, you have to leave. And if you stay, you know what to do to keep yourself safe, and you have your things prepared in case you do go without power. We were without power recently for a week or so in our area. A lot of people had no power. Some people had generators. They were able to host other people, and everyone had enough supplies because they were prepared for the hurricane. So flood zones are not that big of a deal. You know what to expect. And hurricanes, again, you have to prepare ahead of time and make a decision whether you stay or go, and then stick with your decision. So pool maintenance is a question we're asked about all the time. A lot of homes come with pools. A lot of homeowners want pools, and a lot of homeowners have never had a pool that stays open year round. Our pools stay open all year round. Some people heat them in the wintertime to keep them a little warmer, Some people just don't use them in the wintertime, but we don't officially ever close our pools. We leave them open. I have maintained my own pool, and I've also had service to maintain my pool. We find that it's cheaper and more beneficial for us to have a pool service than to maintain it ourselves, because we end up messing up the chemical balance. Pool goes green. Now you have to fix it, and you have to spend time and wait, go back and forth to the pool supply place, getting the right chemicals. So for us, we like to have pool service. You can get pool service for chemicals only or for chemicals and cleaning. I believe the pool services range from about $50 to $100 a month, and you can also have salt water or chlorine water. A lot of pool companies will actually convert the chlorine to salt for free if you use their service, and that's a great tip. Another thing that we always recommend is cleaning out your dryer vents at least once a year. We have people that come around and will clean them all out for about $75 and remove all the lint, because they do cause a lot of house fires if they're not properly maintained. Changing the batteries in your smoke alarms. So we have smoke alarms here that are all connected within the house. One, of course, always starts chirping in the middle of the night at 3 in the morning. Then the dog starts barking at it, and you never can get back to sleep. So the best thing to do is just put it on a schedule and change all those 9-volt batteries throughout the house about every 6 months. That way you don't get woken up at 3 in the morning. Lawn care here is some serious business. There are hundreds of lawn care companies that offer their services to you as a homeowner to maintain your yard. It's pretty inexpensive, and it saves you from going out in that hot heat. Your yard is going to have to be mowed weekly in the rainy season, which is probably about 6 months out of the year or more. In the rainy season is when it's growing like crazy. If you let it go too long, you're going to be really hurting out there trying to get that lawnmower through that grass, because it gets so thick. So for lawn services, they will cut, edge, even weed eat a little bit, and maybe spray some weed killer. Some will cut your hedges, and you can get yard service, like I said, for $50 to probably about $125 max per month. They take care of it, and you're good to go. Another tip for owning a home in Florida is the gutters need to be cleaned. Your gutters will receive, even though we don't lose the leaves like up north as much as you guys do up north, we do get a lot of leaves in our gutter, a lot of pollen in the gutters, and they should really be cleaned out at least once a year to keep them functioning properly and not cause any problems in the roof system. So those are some tips for moving to the Tampa area and what to expect with maintaining a home and a pool in our area. Please subscribe to our channel. We would greatly appreciate it if you click the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up, ring the little bell so you'll be notified of our upcoming videos. Check out some of our other videos as well. Thanks for watching. Ciao for now.